So what you see here, guys, is the B58. Lots of you have been hounding me saying, Dave, when is it going to happen? And we've made it happen. So I'm a firm believer in prototype, test things, improve things, and check things. Like when we went to mount it the other day, it wants to go to the left a little bit more, but luckily enough, because I'm using these, I call these let's say the father mounts, if you like, because these are the mounts, like the male sticks out, as people call it in the trade. So that is the male mount. The female mount is going to sit inside it onto the top. And we've got adjustability. We've got 25mm this way and 25mm that way. And as everybody knows in the Land Rover world, no chassis is the same. So if you come under here, I'll start up here at the back of the turbo. This is a high cell sports cat. So wrapped in heat protection because we want to keep the bulkhead cool. And you'll notice this lovely piece of billet. This piece of billet here adapts the B58 as minimal as possible, 15mm thick, same as our M57 adapter. This basically allows you to adapt the MT82 manual. So for those of you that have engines dying, please get in touch and give us a deposit because we will have this nailed. We've got the ECU nailed, we've got the loom nailed. And if you look under here, Pete has made a beautiful job of this exhaust system. So the exhaust system of this is spec'd to be ULEZ compliant. Everything about this car meets emissions, it'll meet emission control. And I will put my word to it that it will pass the latest stringent emissions regulations. So we've made it so it'll make good performance and it'll also meet emissions. That is the biggest battle in this world. So there you have it. Excuse the rust in the crust. This is just our mock-up chassis. We don't use a pretty one because it gets knocked about, stuck outside, etc. But look at those welds. This car behind me is up for raffle in just a couple of days, right? So I'd really appreciate it if everybody would buy a ticket. This vehicle is an Aintree Green 90. It's an XS spec, so it has air conditioning, heated seats, heated window screen. This car has had everything, every bells and whistles, every extra possible, and just look at it. This is the front Mahker facelift aesthetics package. So we've got a stainless steel 6mm stainless folded front bumper, the Mahker grille, the Mahker headlight surrounds, and the full LED light package. So this has a brand new set of BF Goodrich KO2 tyres with some brand new 18-inch sawtooth wheels. These wheels and tyres are only 1 month old. We've also got a full 3-inch stainless steel exhaust system from the turbo back. This car does sound as good as it looks. So the rear we have the ORE wheel carrier and the ORE rear step. Love this step. This lifts out here, allows easy for hitching, and it goes back in obviously when you're putting people in the back. The vehicle is equipped with our 6mm side impact protection. These are stainless steel, finished in satin black to match the bumpers, and we believe they complement the vehicle perfectly and safely. We've not only made this car look good, we've added Fox suspension, e-back comfort springs, and we've also protected the chassis with our 3-stage chassis protection system. And then to top it all off, we've gone the full mud flip package from Gwyn Lewis. This vehicle is equipped with a full bronze Croytech hinge package, Optimil puddle lights, there's an LED light underneath here, and we've gone with the Croytech billet handles. We believe that this colour complements the bronze metallic fleck in the Aintree Green perfectly. And if you come inside, this vehicle has been fully trimmed out at our Mahker Trim. So we've got bronze interior billet work and grab handles and catches. We've got the Mahker steering wheel finished in it. This is our satin black, and obviously the full rustic diesel hide interior finished with a cross stitch. This vehicle is literally ready to go, fully trimmed, full of character and matching billet handles that blended with the hinges. So we've prepared this vehicle with security in mind. We fitted the Optimil quick release steering wheel boss that we love to the Motolita steering wheel. This will come as part of the prize also. So don't forget guys, for just £30 you could win this vehicle. It's a beautiful car. I ran this car myself for about 6 months. I love it, but unfortunately it needs to move on so we can progress with the business and build a better product. This Defender 90 has only covered 70,000 miles, barely ran in guys, so you're going to win an absolute dream Defender. So this is Project Why Not LS3. We called this car Project Why Not because the client Andy, he sat in my office, I threw him some figures and he was like, oh, that's a lot of money. He said, why not? So he managed to find the number plate, so that's why we called it Why Not LS3. So we've given Andy, this is our like premium spec LS3 swap. So if you look at here, this is our lovely black Napa leather center console, and this is our latest billet console. And what I love about this, guys, this has been like number 4. So every time we do a revision, we improve it. So we've made it so it accepts the leather Corvette trim easier. We made it so you've got the option of using a start button here, or you can start it on the key. You've got these billet drop-in cups. This is a Range Rover item, so Range Rover quality in a Defender. So you can have your, let's say, protein shaker if you're a gym guy. You can have something like, you know, the bigger flasks that they have, like the water flasks, etc., or your bigger bottles of like Evian water. And this here is a wireless phone charger, and this is your start button. And we've done with a nice milled Mahker emblem there. This car's had some really nice upgrades. This is a new Kenwood head unit. I've not used this one before, but what I do love about this one that's quite neat, it's got built-in dash cam. So the dash cam you see up here, and there's a dash cam in the rear. So really neat thing, they record onto this as a hard drive, which is quite neat. Really good quality, really high-end tech. But what I did love about it the most is like the quality. Look at the front and the rear. Oh, I've got to be in reverse. But the nice thing about it is it's up-to-date tech. It's things like Apple CarPlay. There's no phone rigged up right now. But unlike the ones that have like the built-in enclosures, they just seem to be behind with tech and quality. And we're all about, you know, pushing the boundaries here at Mahker. So this car's also got a state-of-the-art sound system. If you look up there, it's got the lovely Audison tweeters. And then down here, there's a sub enclosure underneath this cubby box. There's an 8-inch sub built into the cubby, so it doesn't interfere with the space in here. It's actually in the recess. Those of you that know Defenders, there's a recess underneath this cubby box above the transfer case. We've made, it's like 4.5-inch Armillion box. We will be putting them into production, so if you want one, please get in touch. Another nice thing on this, we've gone with the black Dakota gauges. Check these out. So what we've actually done is stripped the gauges, and we've painted this with our black textured paint to make it a lovely feature. And I think it complements, especially when you can change the colours of the dials, all that kind of thing. It's a really nice feature. So this car now, we're working on getting the miles done, etc. So this is the first car we fitted with Air-Equip bonnet catchers, and we really like this bonnet. So our client sourced this bonnet to us, and we were like, oh my God, we've got to drill holes in carbon fibre. It's a very wary subject, because those of you that have drilled carbon, it can go one or two ways. You're going to end up sending a crack down the weave or something like that. So anyway, we've done that, and what I love about this bonnet, it's got a, look down here, it's got a centre line. And when I first saw it, I was like, oh, I don't like that. See this? But it works. So the best bit of this car is what's under there. So we've called this the Black Edition LS3. So none of this red writing. Excuse the dust, guys. It's been we've been doing some test miles on this vehicle. We've got that's the basically converter that you see on the bulkhead there. That's what converts the signals from the LS3 to the Puma 2.2 dashboard. And of course, got the full aircon package, the nice big aluminium radiator, and then in the front, this is my latest grill kit. So this grill kit will be available on the website very soon. And we've also deleted the holes. I hate it when I see these plastic plugs that people just bodge. We're not about bodging, so that's the perfection for us. So we've got about 300 test miles left on this vehicle, and it'll be going back to Andy. Oh, and another nice touch, look down there. With every LS3, you must have AP brakes, and Evo course wheels, they really do look the part. So an update on black Panza. So this is our first BMW conversion that has the 8 HP70 behind the iron block M57N. And this is the console that we've come up with. So like our LS3 one that you've just seen, this is a BMW center console. So this houses the 8 HP70 shifter. Knock it over to the left and you've got sport mode, toggle up, toggle down. Push button start, wireless phone charger, cup holders, and a nice coin tray on this model. So keep your eyes peeled for this one. We've just sent the Metatronics away to be unlocked so we can run it. Progress is being made. Here's something neat. The owner of Project Cagney, he comes up with fantastic finds every time. Just check this out. Lovely addition. Just remember guys, you saw it here first because it went everyone else's social media soon. Anyway, inside here, we've gone with a lovely Alcantara, but in brown. So because we've gone chocolate leather in this car, we decided to break the leather, let's say the sheen up and the textures up with a nice soft Alcantara brown leather. And of course, this has been scrimmed to perfection. So I hate it when I see bunched up leather. I don't want to mention any names out there, but I hate it when I see leather bunched up on corners, and I'm too OCD for that. But there you have it. We've made a lovely binnacle for this that's got a nice black surround. So we can provide a steel frame now that houses the Dakota HDX. And if you look over there, that's the wooden cubby that we mocked up the other week. This car everything is bespoke. We've just got a couple of tuning things left to do, and yeah, we can start getting some test miles on this car. So what we've been doing today on the Series 3 Resto mod, Louis been busy installing this Steve Parker power steering pump. So we're using a power steering pump from a Mini, that's this bit of device here, and it comes with a bracket, this bracket here. Louis didn't like that bracket, so we've improved it and we're fitting our own bracket to put the pump in a better location, slightly further forward like so. So this pump allows you to power up this P38 power steering pump. So there's the power steering pump down there. We offer this to our clients because Dave, who owns this car, he wanted his wife to be able to drive it comfortably. So we've gone with things like servo assisted brakes, which he didn't have before. And we've also gone with power assisted steering. As you see here, we've also gone with the upgrade of the Ali Sport radiator. And to be period, we've powder coated it black. So progress is being made on this Series 3. So what you see here, this is the start of Project Hamish. Project Hamish is going to be a TD5 in Aintree green. Basically a full classic with a Resto mod twist, if you like. So he's going to go banded steel wheels. We've got AP brakes lurking inside there. This TD5 has had some upgrades. So you'll notice here, we've gone Turbo Technics Turbo. It'll be on an Alive Stage 2 remap. This engine has been fully taken apart and reworked. Behind here is an R380 that's been rebuilt by Winchester Gears, and behind that is a Stage 2 transfer case by those also. The chassis has gone through our full weld repair process and been treated with the Kent coating products. We've given it Galv front radius arms, our heavy duty rear ones, and galvanised A-frame arms. We wanted to try and keep this car all original because the end plan is to ship it to the USA. If you look here, we've gone with the DDS bulkhead. The reason I went with these is they're the only people that I know that can do this pressing. People are going to correct me now and say there's everyone out there. And there's another thing as well. You see this little indent here? All the other bulkheads I bought before, this isn't here. So DDS, you've done a fantastic job. That'll be going into paint in the next coming weeks. The exhaust system will be going on tomorrow, etc., etc. And then the body will be getting the paint job. So stay tuned. Good. So what you see here, this is the farm truck that was inside our blast booth last week when you saw the video. So what we've done is we've gone with a brand new Puma genuine wing. We've upgraded the front end. This is my galvanised front bumper. Excuse the gap on this, guys. So the farmer already had these lights in his existing bumper that someone had badly bonded in. So what we've done, we've given him our galvanised one, which is designed for the ST2. Unfortunately, this is not the ST2 Lite, it's an earlier one. So we've made it work to try and work to the client's budget. There's no point in upgrading him when he doesn't need to. So we've given him a new wing, we've given him a new back door, we've given him a full stainless steel exhaust system, and Tom loves this vehicle. I see him in it every day. He's a big chap like myself, so it's quite comical when I see him squished in there. But because it's a farm vehicle, we've tried to implement things that are going to be corrosion resistant. So we've put him a whole new cross member on the back end. I'm dead against just welding patches in. It looks terrible, guys. And the time it takes you to weld patches and make it look pretty, you could have put a whole new cross member on the back. So we've put a whole new cross member on the back. And what you see here is a galvanised, height adjustable back end. We strip and recycle these parts, guys, from previous cars. We send them off in bulk to our galvanisers and blasters, and they make them pretty. We've given him these stainless steel mud flap brackets because his other ones were literally hanging off. We're going to give this car the full Gwyn Lewis mud flap treatment because it was plastered in cow muck. And as we know, farmers just don't seem to like washing their vehicles. And I know I bang on about farmers being lazy. They are lazy, and I'll tell them to their faces. They rarely maintain their vehicles. Well, Tom does. He brings it to us every year. So hats off to Tom. He's a reliable farmer. And in here, we've given it the full underblast body treatment, new set of springs because his last one's the fatigues. I think he must be dragging heavy cows around, I think. But we've given him a slight lift to compensate for that extra towing. And of course, we've given him the nice Aintree green paint job. So it's going back together pretty fast. This is probably the fastest turnaround we've ever done when it comes to chassis prep, body repairs, rear door replacement, that kind of thing. But we like to look after people that need their Defenders. A lot of my clients are customers that it's just a weekend toy. And I explained it to them. I said, look, unfortunately, we do look after our bread and butter customers, farmers, people that work them. We had a guy come in the other day that actually runs a honey business, which was quite interesting. And he wants me to build him a vehicle so he can keep maintaining his honeybees. And I love honey, so, he's got my attention and I like to look after that. So if you've got a vehicle that's dead, please get in touch. It doesn't mean you skip the queue, but it means that I will kind of put a priority on your work because I know you need your Defender. So there you have it. So this week has been a very hectic week. I can't believe it's Friday tomorrow, but hey ho, we keep busy and we keep going. So thanks again for watching. Thanks for subscribing if you do, and please buy a raffle ticket, guys. I want to get rid of this car. I don't want to keep it, so buy a ticket, and I want some lovely guy or couple or lady to turn up here and take that car off me with a smile on their face and enjoy it. Thanks again.